Hi, welcome to The Skeptical Vegan. I'm very excited about today's guest. It is the original sexy vegan, Mr. Brian Patton. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for adding the original, because we know that there is Sexy Vegan 2.0. who is now somewhat more famous than I am, but, you know, I'm dealing with it.
Well, he's clearly an imposter.
Clearly.
For those of you who don't know, we don't want to talk about the other sexy vegan, but he is out there. Please pay no attention to him. Pay attention to the original sexy vegan, Brian Patton, vegan chef, cookbook author. So let me give you a little bit of a background. Brian and I have been friends now for years because of the internet, because of the vegan movement, because of Periscope. Brian used to do live broadcasts of his cooking, his amazing vegan cooking on Periscope, and I used to come in and basically heckle him during the entire episode.
It was very effective heckling. You're an expert. Thank you.
Well, thank you,
Kept
Brian.
things interesting.
For those of you who don't know who Brian Patton, the sexy vegan, is, tell the audience what you've been up to.
Sure. Well, I've released 2 full-on cookbooks. You can get those on Amazon. Just search Sexy Vegan, Extraordinary Food for an Ordinary Dude, and Sexy Vegan's Happy Hour at Home. And also now I started writing these single recipe cookbooks. You get them at 99publishing.com. The series is called Sexy's Best. It's my absolute best versions of things like Neapolitan pizza, vegan mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, filet mignon, and they're all just 99-cent downloads. It's like the iTunes of cookbooks.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you recently featured on, was it the Hallmark Channel, or?
It's called Home and Family, and yeah, so I did a demonstration of my mashed potatoes, and it was a lot of fun. The hosts were very nice, and I like being on TV and talking to people like yourself.
That's great, Brian. I'm wondering, would you like a cup of coffee?
Oh, I would love some coffee. Just a little bit of raw sugar and some soy creamer, please. That'd be great.
Okay, well, we only drink black coffee on set. Oh. So, well, it's a good thing, though. It's delicious coffee. Again, if people want to know more about you, they can go to where on social media, and how can they eat some of your food?
Yes, so you just follow me on Instagram, and mostly Instagram, Facebook, and like whatever. But Instagram, The Sexy Vegan, Twitter as well, and also thesexyvegan.com. And then if you are looking for some vegan food delivery, the company I work for, I'm a chef. I'm the chef for Veggin' Out. It's a vegan meal delivery service here in Los Angeles, but we ship all over the country, and that's just veggingout.com, and it's a weekly meal delivery service, fresh, healthy, fully prepared meals delivered right to your door.
What one recipe or what one tip would you give someone who wants to eat like the sexy vegan?
To eat like the sexy vegan, does that mean the leftover pea puree that I give to my baby, or something a little more interesting?
Pre-baby sexy vegan.
Pre-baby. I don't even remember what that is. I get the most fun out of recreating things I used to eat when I was not vegan. I love experimenting with pizzas. I love experimenting with seitan and tofu and things like that. So whenever I want to make something, I look for the sort of the classic version of it, and then make my own substitutions. Whether if I'm substituting a protein like tofu or tempeh, or yuba, which is the bean curd skin, which is a great sort of meat replacement. Because most things, they taste the way they taste because of the way they're flavored, because of the methods involved. So that protein or that dairy doesn't need to be there. Obviously at this point we have so many options there. So don't discount non-vegan recipes and things like that, because there's a lot to learn there, because some of those things have been made for a long time. So there's a lot to learn from older non-vegan recipes. One of
my most recent tips for people when they say they're having people over for dinner and they're vegan and they're stressed out about what they're going to make, and I tell them, well, would you make them if they weren't vegan? And they'd say, well, we'd make them lasagna. And I would say, make them lasagna. Just use vegan ingredients.
And lasagna is one of my go-tos for sure.
Yeah.
You know, when I want to really impress, I have a lasagna recipe from my first book. It's called lasagna bolognese, so it's like a bolognese sauce. And you know, people go crazy over it. It's got like a cashew ricotta. It's got some tofu sausage. It's really excellent. When that lasagna comes out of the oven, it smells like a lasagna because it has all the spices.
Yeah.
And it looks like lasagna. So what, you know, by the time you're eating it, you already think it's the lasagna you had as a kid, so your mind is already working, and that's going to translate kind of to your taste buds, and then you're going to taste a meaty, cheesy lasagna when there's, you know, no animal or, you know, meat or cheese in it.
Well, Brian, I'm going to cut away to a commercial real quick, but we'll be back in 1 second with Brian Patton, the Sexy Vegan.
Coffee beans sustainably sourced and brilliantly roasted for the skeptical vegan, provided by...
So we're back with Brian Patton, the original Sexy Vegan. Brian, I want to prepare something tonight. Where do I find a recipe? What are your most recent recipes that we can download, take a look at?
Cool. I have a dinner and dessert for you. Okay.
That's great.
So dinner, you're going to have vegan crab cakes. You go to 99publishing.com. That's my newest release. Vegan crab cakes. They're so good and flavorful, and they're made completely of mushrooms, and I have some kind of unique binding ingredients in there that is sort of innovative. So definitely, but it's super easy, basic ingredients. Vegan crab cakes, 99publishing.com, and also if you go to thesexyvegan.com, right there on the first page is my recipe for salted chocolate truffle ice cream.
Sounds
it is ridiculously good and creamy. It's a cashew and coconut base, and you make some chocolate ganache from scratch. It's super easy, and it's like insanely decadent. So
and the salt and the sweet, right, is just like perfect.
So yeah, it's got a great hit of salt because I make these like little chocolate truffles with some chocolate ganache, and I add some flaky sea salt in them. So those are just like sort of sprinkled amongst or within the chocolate ice cream, and you get a bite of those, and it's different texture, and it's a little salty hit. It's mwah.
I highly encourage everyone to follow Brian on all social media. He's so much fun to watch. Where I'm like super rehearsed and slick, and I'm wearing a hat and everything.
No.
Brian's dropping stuff everywhere, taking us through your pantry.
That's right, yeah. I try to give you a glimpse into my not glamorous day.
Exactly.
Although I'm thinking about getting one of those hats. I like it.
Well, good. Yes, you should. It's the patented pork pie hat, available at skepticalvegan.com. Not really. Well, thank you so much, Brian. I truly, really appreciate the fact that you were available. You can carve yourself away. Let the kids out of the closet now.
Hey, how did you know that? Do you have a camera here? Oh, you do, actually. It's right there. Hey, seriously, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited about your show here. I love the whole concept and everything. It's great to be on it.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Brian Patton, the Sexy Vegan. Comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in for the next episode.
So comment, like, and subscribe.